Library's still hip with the kids, right? Anyway, this is the worst library mod. The gimmick of this mod is that you're basically just fighting a bunch of really strong key pages, but they also get abnormality page for every emotion level they get. I'm mainly doing this because when I look up this mod on YouTube, I just see a bunch of shitters playing it with modded pages, and how dare they play the game their way. So instead I'm gonna play the game my way, which is the objectively correct way, which is with vanilla only pages. Anyway, here's Evil Malkuth. We don't actually give a shit about Malkuth's passives, nor the gimmick of the fight, because reading passives is for losers, and you only need to read the passives when you're actually losing. The big evil of this fight, right from the get-go, is the Zhao key page that the enemy has. Because Zhao will use Raging Storm Love, and I do not want to roll against Raging Storm Love. So instead I'll just stagger Zhao on turn 1, so I don't have to bother with that. On my team, I have two burn guys, Philip and Zhao, just pretending that burn will actually do a thing in this fight. And also purple tier, because purple tier is the best page in the game. And also because block stance just ignores Malkuth's burn. On the back row, we'll have Argalia, the other best key page in the game, which wins after 3 scenes. And Yan, who does mostly the same thing, but I am only comfortable using him on this floor, so that's the only time you might actually get to see him. Anyway, here's my Raging Storm Love. Wow, look at that damage. Mass attacks are pretty good in this mod, because it means you're destroying their die, and they are not gonna get any emotion coins from that die, halting the emotion coin race for them, but you get to get the emotion coins that you want, so they're extra good. Especially on Argalia, who just eats pages. Anyway, Argalia is gonna go online now this turn, so anything after that is probably just going to be a very short fight. I also run Brace Up on this power on everybody here. I'd say everybody, almost everybody here. PT is kind of an exception, because I pretend that I'm gonna be good at deck building, and I just slap bottom wheel on everybody, so I can just have my entire deck at all times at hand. That being said, Ominous Power is just amazing. Also, this Tishin Cow just rolled a 9. Laugh at this guy. Overall, this is the easiest fight in the mod. Don't worry, it gets much harder. I've played this mod once before, but I mainly got through it with just block die spam and stalling. So in this case, I'm just gonna go as hyper offensive as I possibly can. Ignore me redirecting mass attacks. I decided I'd only use that when I really need to. Anyway, here's Final Impromptu and Distorted Blade. The fight is basically over now, so I'm just gonna speed through it. Another victory for the good guys. I'll show you my passive just this once, so you can steal my team that I also probably stole from somewhere. Time for Evil Yasad, the not Viper. Anyway, this team is very goofy because oh my god, that's Bluto. So Bluto has like 2 good contracts that he has, and the other ones are just kind of detrimental. One of them is the singular strike one, and the other one is the light gen one, which allows some pretty goofy decks to just work. This fight is very defensive die orientated. Evil Yasad himself is a combat preparation rallier, which will give everybody on their team endurance, making their block dice basically unclashable. That being said, the rest are obviously gonna make use out of that endurance by either having high rolling evade die, block counter die, or any other shape of block. The good thing about block dice though is that they don't really do much as you don't interact with them. So as long as I don't accidentally get a counter die against a 20 rolling block, we should be good. Also, you saw that correctly. That is a smoking Zhao. Holy based, if I do say so myself about my own deck. And the only reason why this works is because she's going to get the light gain contract, which allows her to spam her mass attacks like crazy once she gets to emotion level 4. Ignoring that, there's Argalia right there, who goes sicko mode after 3 turns anyway. So I basically just added another win condition. A much worse win condition, honestly. Because what I should have probably done is just get somebody who is just already good, like an actual clasher. Eileen, anyone for that matter. Hell, I should have gotten me Rain, who is also pretty amazing with the light contract. Also new on the force is Oliver, who is our singular striker with the contract. And oh my god, he's just so good. He just deals so much damage and he wins every clash. It is unreal. That being said, yeah, he's just good. Once the contract goes up, he also gets a permanent 2 strength. It's a win-win. Bluto himself, his deck just consists out of Brace Up, Duel. So, yeah. It's what I do in case I just don't have any innate power gain. It's just an amazing card and it has good words on the card, so you just use Duel if you never know what to do. Then again, Duel might actually not be such a good card here because counters obviously get punished pretty hard in this. And I feel like any other like offensive page with high rolling die would have done better. PT also changed slightly. The slashing stance now uses smoke to make the most out of my damage, so I can just punch through their team as hard as possible when the opportunity is spotted. That said, I had to give up dual haulers for smoke and puffy broom and the such, and bottom deal, because I need bottom deal, otherwise my deck just bricks immediately. This is also the second time I've had to do this fight in this recording, because I forgot to put Argalia's key page on Demonic, and Demonic would have my head if I did not give him Argalia's key page, because he is one of those blue sicko enthusiasts. purple tier miraculously does not get staggered this turn. Somehow. Alright, once the first domino falls in this battle, the rest are soon to follow. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't know what Evil Heart does. The only thing I know is that she also gets the switching faces, and bottom right guy, Kim, also gets alluring, which can be really dangerous, but also not really. This is the same team with slightly changed cards, and also I think Heart might also have a different passive, but who knows. I gave Heart Hidden Plate specifically so I can use it to regain a bit of stagger. This will never happen because I cannot resist the serotonin rush of using ever spinning gear wheel. This fight in general just heavily focuses on offensive die and power gain and the likes. I remember struggling on this fight pretty hard, but still being able to first try it. And the same goes for in this attempt. Even with a goofy team like this. And Argalia. Overall, I do not really have much to say on this fight. It really just is just win the clash and kill whatever's in front of you. It does not have a lot of substance. Okay, Evil Netsec is like where this mod gets real. Particularly due to his evil laughing powder, which will activate on scene 2. You're dealing with a really hyper-offensive partial smoke team here. And boy, are they good at it. And they're gonna have to face the goobers again. And this time I gave PT Mind Holler because I thought, hey, maybe PT might stand a chance like that. This fight can spiral out of control really quick because the enemies just tend to deal a lot of damage if you don't have Puffy Broom on everybody. And god damn it, I hate Evil Laughing Powder so much. The amount of additional stagger damage that you get, it can be kind of insane. I think I should preface that Evil Laughing Powder just basically will deal an additional 2 stagger damage for every character ever. So even the enemies will have Evil Laughing Powder, which can be a good or a bad thing depending on where you stand. But like I said, this fight can spiral out of control really quick, and getting staggered is kind of a death sentence when dealing with smoke users. Thankfully, they don't have as much power gain as Hot does, so outrolling can be fairly easy. But they do have pretty high base rolls, like Evergrinding Gear Wheel, so that's an issue. In order to get Health Hollow working on PT, I just use a Clone's Rapid Gash deck now, which is okay. Though there was probably something better that I could do, I just couldn't think of anything else at the moment. This Night Owl in particular can be kinda gnarly, because having to roll against the Night Owl is just not great, unless you have a particular thing that counters Night Owl specifically. The Argalia Zhao tag team obviously does some great, like, lifting work here to get this fight going. And also PT gets eviscerated, but thankfully we're past the point where PT is really needed. Really sad here is that when Zhao gets staggered, her contract is still active, so unfortunately she dies here no matter what. I swear this Zhao can actually put in some real work, and the display in this video has been rather negative, but I swear, trust me bro, it does do a thing sometimes. And I'm going to get my own laughing powder to counteract their laughing powder, so I have basically almost nullified it. With 2 staggered and 2 goobers remaining, I basically just give them the death blow here. Except that the reindeer Rudolph guy, for some reason, has a passive that allows him to hit some lethal hits. So, yeah, we're gonna get an extra round from this. Anyway, that is the Briar layer. Anyway, check in next time when I have to do the worst fight ever.